to this that I am right now. This is the grand finale. And we're going to have to make this totally good, right? Who knows? Maybe I will throw a little more fuel into the fire because supposedly tomorrow, wait, I'll wait till more people come in here. I'll wait. I know, very weird. Not at a drop of alcohol. Yeah, we're in the final days. At least I'm in the final days. At least in this community, I am on my final days. By the time my strike clears on my main channel, I may not even be here by that point, or I'll be actively pursuing other endeavors. I keep getting one viewer than zero viewers. It's like that viewer pops in and out, pops in and out. Uh, so yeah, this is how I see it going down. In 3 months, I'm definitely going to be doing something else. I'm not going to be around here, you know. But until then, I might as well just observe, watch, and get your shots in when you can get your shots in, and all that. I have to see if my connection is still not. Permanent block. The reason why I'm finished with this place for the most part, other than some final business. I'm not dealing with trolls. No. Some final business. I'm not dealing with trolls. No. That's right. You're out of here. You don't know how to speak to people. You fucking Neanderthal bastard. You don't fucking know how to speak to people. Anyway. Yeah. So it'll be my final days, all right. It will. Inevitably, 3 years I'll be totally, 3 months rather, I'll be irrelevant on it. The greater community on the whole. I took a visit to Bombshell's channel 3 nights ago. Got in the chat a little bit, but I don't ever want to do that again. I don't want to really go anywhere. I mean, where I'm at now, when certain people here get put away, is when it's going to end for me too, because I won't have anyone to watch. I won't have anyone to watch. That's probably when I'll go right into IP2. Or I won't do that and I'll just pursue other things. I'll live a more boring internet existence. I might as well talk about it so the ball could start rolling. Because, I'm really sick of it being here. I think the excitement going on now, it's because certain things are coming to an end, and this is going to be it right here. And I pretty much have a front row seat to all of it. But I get a nice idea for Camillo. I hope Camillo's watching because he's on his final days here. He outed himself very bad earlier. Pretty much admitted that he was on the phone with the police and it happened. And then he got swatted. Noodles got swatted early. And I don't fully trust Noodles either, no. But I say this right now. It'll be very interesting to see how Noodles operates when he doesn't have butter, when he doesn't have John, when he doesn't have Wally or anybody like that, and his only content is just either doing what he's doing or maybe being around, but in a different role. You could Craig not in the picture. Um, it may be with just me, maybe that's it. Because I'll be honest with you, like after looking at Michelle K, I don't think Michelle K should be on here. She's mentally unstable. She shouldn't be on here. In my opinion, I don't think she's like a female Camillo to me. She's just like unaffected by herself, but when she has certain people around her, she'll definitely get going on things. But she has all these health issues like this. I won't even talk to Michelle. Okay, you know, I've already been down that road. Um, yeah, let's just say if she's around me, I'm just gonna not even say much to her. You know? Beautiful, cool Nicole world. Indiana making a name for herself now. She's gonna take beautiful, cool Nicole to Kurt. Nicole shouldn't even be on here anyway. What's Nicole doing on here to begin with? But I'm convinced Nicole should probably be here before Michelle K. Nicole's a little more right in the head than Michelle K. Uh, but I guess Deanna's going to take her to court. I don't know what's going on with that. She's actually going all the way to take Nicole to court. And I don't feel the need really to go after Deanna too much. I wish I could tell her the whole backstory to Harold and me if we were friends. No, I'm not. All right? Your show is boring. I don't really want to watch it, frankly. I peeked in, I didn't come in because it's the same old shit as usual. Right, Courtney? Not for nothing. I'm not coming on. I went live. Talk about me. All right, whatever. Anyways, Deanna, I was debating whether I was going to go after Deanna or not. All right, but really, what I want to do with her more than anything is try to talk to her about talk to her in its entirety, like my relationship with Harold in its entirety, how it went most of the time. Because I know in public I say he's my mentor, and I give you the reason why I say Harold is my mentor. Not that I was say, but because I watched him over the years, I ran into him in and out for many years, and I picked up a couple of his traits. And when he talked to me, yeah, he was coaching me a little bit here and there. He was. That story pretty much correct. There was a time two years ago I came to Penny and I said Harold's trying to coach me a little bit on here, something like that, something to that effect, like Harold's trying to some things or whatever. Emma D. Ray, what's going on? Emma D. Ray, I'll give you a wrench in here, all right? And stuff like that. Um, so Harold had a phone conversation with me, and he was saying how you're a brother to me. I love you. He said that stuff to me. You're a brother to me. Yeah, I love you. Yep, he said that to me when I talked to him last. No, on the phone. I think it was like about a couple of years ago now when he was making that comeback when he was like Cholito Mio or something like that. He got he got featured on BOYT. Is what happened around that time when he got featured on BOYT. He was like there or something like that. Um, Sig featured him, or like he was outside smoking or something. He had a hat on. That was when like Sig featured him or something. he was like running down the people in BOYT or whatever. He mentioned Bergs or whatever. And then it was funny. He's like, anybody by the name of Bergs gets no play in this ride. Remember that? That shit was funny. But all things aside, I knew Metal Chick years ago. And I can say, Deanna, I don't even know you very well, Deanna. But at least from what I can say, I got along good with Metal Chick. And my first impression of her and my first impression of you is I like Metal Chick more than I like you, Deanna. And that still stands. However, if you're willing to talk to me and maybe hear my side of the story on Harold, okay, maybe you'll know that I just publicly oversell the fact that he was my mentor. And maybe that really isn't 100% the case. But I've used that for views, to get people's attention, to make the story interesting. And some of it's true. That's the beauty of it, is there is a portion of that that's kind of true also. But I oversell it at the same time. I oversold it. Why? Yeah, why is Courtney doing this? I don't know. Courtney's never serious. Never. I mean, I couldn't count on Courtney to ever meet me in real life or keep a steady phone conversation going on. Ouija, what's the story with Courtney? Why doesn't she ever do that? You can't count on someone like that. They're like all over the place with everything. You can't even have a phone conversation with them that goes steady. You can't meet them. They're just not there. I gave up with Courtney. She can do her show, but she shouldn't expect me to come up. She's just trying to use me for content. That's what she's trying to do. No more. Ouija, no more. I'm over here if they want to speak to me. That's it. Because what are they going to talk about? Cyrax? That's really all they're going to talk about anyway. What are they going to mention? Bloated Kiki, who's been long gone. Until Jamie returns, I don't want anything to do with it. Jamie better return, because I don't want anything to do with it otherwise. You know? But now, I'm curious. What's going on over there now? I'm curious to know. I'm the worst. She had a live earlier, too, I think. Look, she's streaming me now. Look at that.
I'm going to try to add a little bit again. William, if you start.
She had a live earlier, too. She's streaming me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
She's streaming now. Look at that.
I'm going to try to add a little bit again. Hold on. William, if you start.
Fuck. Pissing me off. Hold on.
Let me stop streaming. Yeah, we can hear you. Billy, come on here.
Too late. Too late, I'm live. You don't know me by now. I do what I want to do. I don't listen to anybody. I do what I want to fucking do. She's streaming me because she doesn't have content. She's talking about Cyrax.
He does do what he wants to do. What's up, William? William, for fuck's sakes, dude.
And Hannah is saying, Melton get rid of his mods. You mean her? I was so proud of being his mod. Her mod.
So are you toxic fucking Avenger?
So do I have to correct people when they're using the wrong pronouns, reading the comments? I'll just correct them. It's like, how about that?
So
Huh?
Do you know who Toxic Angel is? I have no idea.
Let me go back a little bit here. What's going on here?
Okay.
Before this, what were they saying?
Too late. Out here.
They want to fuck with me, I'll fuck with them. You know? If I come to them and they don't answer my texts, I'll just come fuck with them too when they come to me. I'll say, I'm not available. Nope, I'm not available. No, no. When I wrote you, where were you? Where were you then? Why do you want to fucking come to me now? Some people are unreal. They're just very unreal. You know? Like Seabreeze. I talked to Seabreeze quite a bit before. And when I got closer and closer, and even thinking about moving to where she lives, she backed off. She was the one who was trying to make excuses for not meeting me in a very indirect way. And Courtney lives in North Carolina also, much like Seabreeze does. I'm just glad I didn't go to that state altogether. I was probably going to go to that state. I was heavily looking at it. But then I just said to fuck with it. I'll just go back to Florida because it's what I know. I don't want to go to another devil that I don't know. And the fact that South Carolina, the thing that made South Carolina a little easier was it was a smaller state, so I could find my way around a little easier there. Kind of why I went there to begin with, you know, because I was going to go to a whole new land. I wanted to know that I could know the territory pretty quickly, or get around it, and not so much of a hassle, or whatever, you know. But if you go into like some big place and it's brand new to you and it's huge, like say you're new to California at this point in time, or you're new to any biggest state, maybe like North Carolina, maybe Arizona, if you're brand new at a certain age to like a biggest state, it's harder to learn. It's harder to learn. That's how I see it. You come to a certain age, you start to revert back to what you're comfortable with. And that's why I decided to go back to Tampa because it's what I'm comfortable with. I know the place almost like the back of my hand, at least a good amount of it I do. Maybe not every single area, but for the most part I do, you know, except for the roads I didn't really go down when I lived in other sections of it, you know. And I didn't go to certain areas too much, or certain back roads, or whatever, certain parts. But my reason to pick in South Carolina and not North Carolina is it was less populated. And for COVID, I thought that would have been good because cases were going up in all the other states. They were going up anywhere there was people. I still didn't really want to wear my mask anywhere I went, so I just picked a smaller population type state, and so I could learn it pretty easily. Where to go, the fact that I used my GPS less than when I was living in Oregon. Well, if I was traveling along some of the main roads around there or whatever. But nah, going to North Carolina right now would be like a fucking disaster with how many big cities they have there now and all this, you know. Or if you're new to somewhere like Atlanta, Georgia, because that's what I was doing. I was looking at Atlanta, Georgia. I was looking at Charlotte. I was looking at Raleigh. I just decided to stay the hell. Did I eat anything good today? Let me see. I had a fried egg sandwich this morning off with Puerto Rican bread that I got for free with the meal. I bought a whole chicken from this Hispanic chicken place. This Hispanic food place. whole rotisserie chicken cut up. I got some a big ass loaf of bread with it, like the half, and then another half, and like pretty much a thing like that friggin' big, like a thing of bread like that friggin' big or something, that long, with the whole chicken and a 2 liter of Coke. It ended up being like $11.49, something like that. So I had some rice that I made, and I figured this would go good with this. Yeah. I got like some chimichurri sauce with it. Yeah, I think it's sun-dried tomato sauce. Well, I figure this, right? Like, it would have been just as much if I went to Publix or went to a supermarket. It would have been just as much. The 2 liter Coke, a big thing of Cuban bread, and a rotisserie chicken probably would have ran me over $12. Or 12. I mean, it ended up either being the same price or less the way that I went. I mean, I figure if I get that in the supermarket, could have been more. See, some things, I really have a theory. I don't like, the more older I get, the less I like going to grocery stores. And I'm starting to debate now if going out to eat can be just as much as getting something in a supermarket. Unless you're making pasta or something, like a $1 and change spaghetti plate, maybe with sauce you make at home or raviolis or something like that. Unless you're eating like that, you know, it's pretty much a lot of things you buy in the store are more money, except for pasta. Except for pasta. For some reason, the modern day Italian restaurants jack their prices up so high for a little bit of ravioli that you end up definitely paying cheaper for that in the supermarket. Going the pasta route, you're definitely going cheaper at the supermarket. It's definitely going to run you less. But for other things, I'm debating if it does. I'm debating if it does for other things sometimes. Unless you happen to get a $6.99 chicken, but at Publix they're going for $8.99, maybe a little less. So it really matters. It's kind of like when you get frozen pizza at the supermarket, right? You get frozen pizza at the supermarket. You compare that to Domino's, right? Or just say you go to Domino's, right? Probably end up being the same price, honestly. Probably end up being the same price because some frozen pizza is expensive now too. It is. Um, Now, see, I love that chicken sandwich. That was an awesome fucking chicken sandwich. Ooh, what? What? The Popeyes chicken sandwich? I got the spicy Popeyes chicken sandwich with the pickle on it, with the sauce, and it was awesome. It was so friggin' delicious. It's a big piece of chicken in the sandwich. It's like that. It's like that thick. It's about that thick, maybe about that big, but that thick. It's like quite thick. They give you like a thick piece of chicken in those things. You know. Whether people know it or not, I'm obsessed with food in my own way too. I love eating food. I like to go get good stuff. I like to try things. I like to get slices of pizza. I like to do that kind of thing myself. Uh, oh, you know what I found? Oh, guess what else I got a good deal on? Guess what else I got a good deal on, Amity? I got a $5 lunch special. Get a load of this, a $5 lunch special. a small container, but they packed the small container. They packed it. I mean, $5 for a packed small container that's like a lunch special. That's still a good deal, even if it's not a full size container. It was like a small container packed with everything in it. That was still a good deal, all things considered. You got like rice, jerk chicken, like a drumstick split in half, a jerk chicken drumstick split in half, okay, with that nice barbecue taste to it, like that smoked barbecue taste to it. You got one of those, like barbecue, like two halves on top of the rice, flat, and flat. But then there was a little bit of macaroni and cheese to the side of it, like in there. And then they shot the little container and they put all that in that little container for $5. I thought that was good. So if you look for the deals, you can get them. I mean, when they already cook it for you and everything. I've heard of the Hawaiian food. You did a few months ago. I didn't have Hawaiian food. What do you mean? If not a few months ago, I did. Are you talking a year ago? You must be talking about a year ago, right? Because I did do a Hawaiian food review, but it was about a year ago. Like when I went out and got something when I was out one day in the Portland area. I got this place. I think it was called. It wasn't called Hawaiian Time. It was another place. It was called Roxy's. That's what it was called. Roxy's Island Grill. Yeah, it was called Roxy's Island Grill. That's what it was called. So I actually like all that. So I like getting rice. I like rice. I like chicken drumsticks and sauce, like jerk sauce, Hawaiian food. Yeah, I actually like that stuff quite a bit. Um, when I get Chinese food, I like. You know what my favorite thing is for Chinese food? Like my ultimate favorite lunch special dish for Chinese food. You know what that is, Amity Ray? It's usually my go-to when I get a lunch special. Egg foo young. Egg foo young. Those egg patties with the gravy on the side. They give you a container of gravy, and it's like pork inside the patty with a few vegetables like bean sprouts and all that. With egg and then pieces of pork in it. You pour this hot gravy on top of it. That's one of my favorites for Chinese food. I get that like whenever I get Chinese food. If it's the same place, say if I repeat a place and I go to the same one, two times, then I'll get something else the second time. Uh, and Michelle, okay, I don't care. I don't care. Um, the other thing that I'll get D Ray, right, is I like Kung Pao shrimp. Kung Pao shrimp is also one of my favorite Chinese dishes. So it's egg foo young and it's Kung Pao shrimp. Like a lot, like the things you won't find at the buffet. I usually get them on a lunch special or whatever. I will get them those ones because they don't have that stuff at any buffet that I go to. They don't have Kung Pao shrimp, and they usually don't have egg foo young at a buffet. They usually don't. So I won't get those at a buffet. So I get them separately. The honey walnut shrimp, I've never gotten. I've never gotten that. I wouldn't have thought to have gotten that one. Cashew chicken's pretty good though. I gotta say, I do like cashew chicken whenever I've had it. I just don't get it really. Boo Guy Pan is pretty good if you want to go light, but I don't really have to lose weight, so I'm not getting Moo Guy Pan. You know what I mean? Maybe if I was going to lose weight, I'd get it. Not that I dislike it, but they're just not my favorite, you know? Like I don't think to get Moo Guy Pan. That's not the first thing I think of getting when I get Chinese food. Now at a buffet, it would be good to have, though. I think if it was at a, that's another thing you're not going to find on a buffet menu that often. I do. I like buffets. I like lunch specials. I like Jamaican food. I like some Hispanic food, depending on what it is. Middle Eastern, even a chicken sandwich like from Popeyes or KFC. Yeah. Have I had Ethiopian? No, I haven't. I've had Moroccan food before. Moroccan food though is extremely expensive. If you eat something like Moroccan food and you find a Moroccan restaurant, it's usually expensive. Sacramento, I had a Moroccan restaurant. I went to one, and I remember I got this dish called Haya Paprika. So paprika rabbit, pretty much. Haya Paprika. But no, what's Ethiopian food? Consist of, if not Ethiopian food, really. Tampa. Oh, they got a few here. Oh wow. They got a few of me. You know, I have Ethiopian food not too far from me, it turns out. At least within the same city, there's probably about three Ethiopian restaurants or so. Wow. It's the only food you had that you didn't really like. Oh, well, so it's kind of like Korean. There's really nothing that good about it. Like Korean food. I hate Korean. Like from what I tried at Korean food, I'm not a fan of Korean food, really. So it's kind of like that. It's just not that good overall. Now, what do they have for food? I'm looking at pictures here where I can't recognize it. It's like a bunch of stuff. It's like piles of slop next to each other with different colors. Ethiopian Ethiopian food does not look very appealing to me. Looking at these images, what the hell? It looks like this. What the hell is this shit? Now this tray has 12 different things on it or more, but none of it looks that good. It looks like it's fucking. Can you make out what this is? It looks shitty. I'm not even gonna go. I'm not even gonna try it. I don't think this is just icky. Yeah, you don't have good taste in food. It doesn't look like. No wonder why us Italians went out a few years ago. You have shit looking food. What the sketch? I think we're natural enemies. Italians and Ethiopians are just natural enemies. You're going back years and years ago, but maybe in the current day, I'm looking at this in the current day, and I'm like, geez, now I can see why Italy attacked Ethiopia. Christ, this food looks awful. And then if there's any kind of meat, they look like they're burgers. They look like they are mashed up into burgers with a little seasoning on it, maybe. with split pea throw up, vomit looking stuff. It looks like vomit. Ethiopian food looks like different piles of vomit with different colors. What the? It doesn't look too appealing. It looks like my cat threw up. Looks like a cat. That's what it freaking looks like. Some of it actually does look. Some piles of it look like a cat threw up. It's all mash. It's all mash. It's like if I don't know what. This thing looks like refried bean paste. All these other piles of throw up inside of it. Oh god. What? It looks so weird. It looks so freaking weird. What the fuck is the rice? I don't see any rice at all. It's just piles of vegetables, pureed vegetable, split pea piles in vomit. I don't know what to make of this crap. Chicken curry with green sauce. Even the best looking thing still doesn't look very good. Tell you, I don't think food is one of their strong suits. I really don't. Oh my god. Vegan coon? This is vegan. Ethiopian food is vegan, is what this suggests. But there's a lot of vegan stuff and less meat. Oh, what to think of it. I think Indian food's an improvement over this here. I'm not even a big fan of Indian food, really. I'll tell you one thing I do like though is when you get curry chicken, say with chickpeas. Okay, like curry chicken, and you put it like with chickpeas or something like that. Like the dish they have with the chickpeas. I think it's called China Sag or something like that. I actually like it with fresh cilantro on it. Believe it or not, I actually do like cilantro fresh. It's put in that curry sauce. Get some cilantro on the outside or whatever. Is it raining out? I think I hear rain. Yeah, I think the next 3 months are going to be it. I don't know. All things come to an end at some point. And I just sense things are coming to an end when some of these people get put away. That's it. I'm giving as much info as I can give them on my end. But you want to know what the best part about this is? Since you want the grand finale, though, the thing that's going to lead to the grand finale, right? Is Camillo. Are you ready? Are you ready now before you go to sleep? It's coming to an end, though. You do agree. And you're here to see it. When I haven't seen you before, you kind of arrived at the right time, though, and you just sense these things. And you arrived just at the right time because it's like you knew something but you're just coming out now of all times to talk about it because you know it's coming against you. You're one of those people coming right in at the end to kind of, wash it off or whatever. But one thing I want to tell you, right? If you wanted to hear what I have to say about Camillo, right? How it bothers Camillo so badly when his daughter's mentioned, okay? It bothers him so badly. But the truth is this, is she didn't like him. She didn't like him very much for many times. She thought he was a piece of shit at times. Okay? So, but here's what I think. He's talking about how he raised his daughter not to date black guys, right? But I got the perfect idea, okay? I think I'm going to do one better. I'm going to have Camillo's daughter consent to something, okay? Then what I'm going to do is hire a Syrian refugee, okay, to plug her. I'm going to hire a Syrian refugee to take care of that. And the Syrian refugee is going to impregnate Camillo's daughter. Okay? That would be my next plan if I was going to do anything with that. Camillo used to start. Yeah, he did. He followed them around. Yep. Syria is better than Israel. Camilla would rather hang with Jews. Honestly, the Syrians are really be the cause to dethroning Israel. We could have used the Syrian refugees. We could have used at least enough of them here, I think, because they would have challenged Israel more. That's why they didn't want them coming in here, because they would have challenged Israel. Refugee would be better. For some reason, I think that would be better. But both of them, Camillo doesn't want anything to do with either of them. So, and there wouldn't be a Mexican or a Latino. I wouldn't hire one of them to take this. I would say a Syrian refugee can impregnate Camillo's daughter, or a big black car. But I'd probably rather go with the Syrian refugee thing because of Israel, honestly. Because Camillo was talking about how Jewish people are good, and Wally Cunningham's Jewish, and all this kind of shit. What's the deal with him and Wally? She's definitely got some. Yeah, there's something. She's holding his channel hostage, is what it is. She's fucking like blackmailing him and taking control of some of the finances on it, and the PayPal is in her name, not his. So get a load of this. He says he's going to report me to the FBI for mentioning his daughter's name. Do you think they're going to listen to that? Like, oh, he insulted your daughter? Oh, that person insulted your daughter? We got to get on him and label him on the terrorist watch list because he insulted your daughter or he brought up your daughter. They don't look for that kind of stuff. They don't look for that kind of stuff. Nah. But as you saw earlier, he was caught using Barter to make calls, you know? Even if Noodles doesn't totally have his hands clean, the fact is, it's those other people you got to get rid of. You got to get rid of them. All of them. And Noodles can be put to the test to see if he'd do all that same shit as before, which I don't think he will. Honestly, I think it's good. You know? He could, they just used him. Is more or less what it was. At least in Barter's case, he did. And Wally is behind a lot of it, absolutely. I think the majority of it, actually, the majority of it. Yeah. She talked to me like I was going to meet her and I was going to drink with her and go to the lake with her and all this shit. So these people, they all do the same thing. That's why they fucking gravitate to each other. The Seabreeze is another one who didn't show her face in the present moment. She showed me an old picture of herself. She never showed me a new one, which is she might as well be like Lolly in another kind of way. Maybe in a less malicious way, but very much similar too. You know? I mean, she was truthfully Trisha's head mom, and then she turned on truthfully Trisha. After they met in real life, then they would no longer be a regular person over there, along with Jasmine, along with, I guess, Nick's turn too. What the hell happened with Nick's? And then she was hinting that she didn't agree with things. I think she was put under pressure too by other people, and I don't know what the hell happened. People to see what they're gonna do, you know. They're testing people what they're gonna do. Um, and yeah, I'm watching. I'm definitely watching. This Jody girl is a very suspect person. This Jody girl. I'm telling you right now. She better not step out. All I gotta do is make her head Jody girl because you came to me acting like you wanted to meet me. You came to me regularly one night, then you're talking with Lolly. Lolly probably set you up to come to me. Let's fucking get that shit out there right now, huh? If you're up and you're one of the two viewers listening, I can't stand a lot of you women on here. You're all a bunch of fucking backstabbers. Like even have you as friends, let alone a relationship. Just fucking friends. You can't even do that. None of you can do that fucking right here. Out of like hundreds. The community's just got to be cleaned out. It has to totally go. And when these people fall, I think it will wreck the community because everyone will think twice about it now. Once these people get busted, he left for all. Probably got his degree and probably did this for a career, and now he's back in a whole other role.